Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, ignore that. So today's video is going to be I'm doing the Sisi Yemmie 1,500 naira challenge, meal challenge. So I'm on my way to the market and I have to look the same, almost the same way she did. I have to look like this so I can bargain very well. Okay, so this, where is my money? I am going to the market with 1,500 naira. Okay, so I'm going to take you along to show you the things I'm going to buy for my 1,500 naira meal. All right, okay guys.
Forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright.
Back from the market and I'm about to show you guys the things I bought and what I'm making with my 1,500 naira budget. Okay, so let's see the items that we bought. Okay, so guys, we bought Abacha, that's cassava flakes, and we bought 3 packs of this, and each pack costs 100 naira. So that's 300 naira in total. Plus my customer was kind enough to give me an extra little piece called jara. Yes guys, so also the vegetable we're going to be using is Utazi vegetable. It's bitter, so just a little bit of this is enough. We got this for 50 naira for this whole bunch. Okay, that's a very nice bargain, right? Okay, so here we have oil, red oil, 50 naira red oil as well. And I got this knorr cubes, 4 of them for 50 naira. I got my crayfish for 50 naira. I got my salt for 50 naira. My customer was kind enough to also dash me this potash as well, so this costs nothing. I got my Calabash Calabash nutmeg Calabash nutmeg as well for 50 naira for about 7 seeds of it. Yes, I got my onions for 50 naira. I got my Ogili for 50 naira as well. It's very smelly, very stinking, so we just add a little bit of it to the Abacha. Yes, I got my ice fish for 400 naira, which is the most expensive thing here. Okay, I got my pepper for 50 naira. I got Ugba for 100 naira each. That's 200 naira. Yeah, that's all guys. So in total we have about 1,350 naira. That's how much we spent in the market to buy these things. Okay, so we still have change, about 150 naira change. So that I would like to say that's a very good bargain. Okay, so let's get to the process. Firstly, you're going to cut and wash the fish and spice with just a little bit of Cameroon pepper and stock cube. Set that aside to marinate before frying. So in a bowl, I'm going to add my cassava flakes, all 3 of them. I'm going to add 3 of them and then add some hot water to soak them to make it soft. Okay, so it's going to soak for about 10 minutes thereabouts. Yeah, about 10 minutes before we sieve. So it's well soaked. I'm going to now sieve it and pour some cold water from the tap all over it to stop the cooking process. So I'm just going to do that and then let it sit so that the rest of the water can drain properly before we can use that. So just prepare the rest of the ingredients, chop the onions and set aside. This is Calabash nutmeg. So before you use this, you have to roast it first to release the flavors, and then crack the shells open to release the nuts, which we are going to use as our spice for this delicacy. The smell of this is amazing, like it's so good. So this is what it looks like inside. You separate the seed from the shell, set that aside for proper grinding. So this is what it looks like after we deshelled it. So I'm going to use a small mortar here to pound it or grind it, whatever, to a very powdery consistency or texture. Okay, this is the texture you're looking out for. Once it's well ground like this, just set that aside and prepare the rest of the ingredients as well. So for the potash, just add a little water to it and set aside. Let it soak and dissolve in the water before you chop. I'm going to chop my Utazi leaf, chop it finely and set aside as well. So it's always nice to prepare your all your ingredients ahead of time before you start the process, because once you start the process, it's very easy. You're just going to literally be dumping and stirring, and the food is ready. So this is the entire ingredients I'm using. From the oil bean, that's the Ugba, the red oil, the Ogili, the stock cube, my crayfish, chopped onions, vegetable and onions finely cut for aesthetics actually, and then my potash already soaked and dissolved in the water. Here I have my pepper blended and the Calabash nutmeg. So this is the total ingredients I'm using for this recipe, guys. Okay, so we'll start with the red oil. We're going to add red oil in we're going to add the red oil in a bowl. This recipe requires a lot of stirring, so you better have some energy for that. So I'm going to add the Calabash nutmeg first and stir that in. Add my stock cube, just one stock cube is what we're using for this recipe. So I'm going to be adding the potash water bit by bit to get the oil to curdle. Now add your pepper at this point. If you want more pepper, please add all the pepper, but this quantity is just right for me. You stir that, add more potash water. This potash water is supposed to give it a thicker consistency than regular red oil. Yes, so that's the purpose of that. Add a little bit of salt to taste. Stir that as well. So it literally, with every ingredient you add, you have to stir and mix properly. So I'm adding my crayfish now, and I'm going to stir that in as well. There's a lot of stirring involved in this recipe, guys. Just stir and stir and stir and stir. Okay, so I'm not going to be using the entire potash for this recipe, just a little bit, like as you've seen. So I'm adding my ogili at this point. Just put it where you can see it so that you can mix it into the oil properly, like that. before stirring it into the entire oil or paste. Sorry. So I'm adding my onions at this point and stirring as well. The Ugba goes in at this point. Some people like to prepare the Ugba separately, but yeah, sometimes I do that too. But for this recipe, I'm mixing everything in there. Okay, so now it's time to add the Abacha. Okay, so you need to add this in bits. Add a bit, stir, and add more if you need more. So make sure you stir properly so that the Abacha mixes in with the paste. See, I told you there is a lot of stirring involved in this, and see how I said you have to prepare your ingredients up front, because at this point you don't want to be cutting this or cutting that or blending this or blending that. Just dump it into the bowl and stir and stir and stir away, and that's it. And your Abacha is ready, guys. So at this point, just garnish with your vegetable, onions, and your fish, your protein, which is our fried mackerel fish. So guys, this is the end of the video, and this is what 1,500 naira got me, guys. I think this is the new thing now. Okay. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave a comment in the comment section, ask me any question you want, and I will gladly answer you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.
My son, I've been waiting for you.